That Blue was popping. Anytime was really good. Dawn's Dynasty was popping. Creeping through the late night live right quick. Heard? Just creeping through right quick. Smoke the rest of this slim blunt. Keep it smooth. Heard? What's popping with y'all dudes? Heard this creepy crawler hours right here. Roscoe J's, what up? Trackboy Styles, what up? J Styles was popping. Fernando Lara was popping. Mike Jones, the business was populating. Was populating. Shauna Goldston was popping. Shit, man, I just came out here, man. Load is fine right quick, man. Call it a night, man. I'm in here editing my ass off, uploading episodes and stuff like that, man. I said, let me just check in right quick, see who up on the late night. Yurt! Straight up. Definitely late squad hours. Definitely. KMB TV was populating. Yeah, man. This Marrero was slopping. Word. Hitting this slim blunt. I let this shit go out because I ain't trying to be twisted on live like I was twisted earlier. You're Corey Fox. That's what's up, bro. Appreciate you. We got to start the truck gang, man. Because there's a lot of truck drivers out there that be watching the show and tuning into the show and supporting, man. So we gotta start banging that truck gang. So when you hear me shouting out that truck gang, you know what it is. I'm shouting it out to all my dudes who be tuned in on them 18 wheelers, on them garbage trucks. You know what I mean? All of that, man. Straight up. Driver gang. But yeah, man, I'm just checking in with dudes, man. I'm chilling, man. You heard Seven Souls was popping. Yeah, it's beautiful outside, man. You know, if parking wasn't so hectic in New York, you know, where I could just hop up in my slip, you know, go shoot somewhere for an hour or two and come back and get in a parking spot, I would do that. But on a Sunday night in New York, you leave your parking spot, nigga, it's over. Lots is a wrap and all of that. You ain't gonna find nothing in a lot, none of that. It's a fact, man. Rest in peace to my bro Murder, you heard? This nigga driving a go-kart in the street? This nigga driving a go-kart 50 miles per hour. He'd be alright. Jesus Marrero, appreciate that donation, my brother. Appreciate that donation, you heard? Nigga ain't sliding in that shit. He literally sliding in that shit, nigga. That shit about to tip over. Big nigga on a go-kart, like he bugging out on a late night. Nigga be a casualty out here fucking with these New York streets. You heard? Legal side piece. Word up. But yeah, man, I got some major good shit dropping this week, man. Epic shit, historic shit. You feel what I'm saying? Got a lot of good shit, man. Got some new El Famous, you know, dropping this week for a fact. I got some new T-Bone Blast. I got some new Everlast from Left Rack Queens. Know what I mean? I got a good surprise coming to the channel. I got some shit popping. I got some shit popping for the week. You already snowboard. My nigga Corey Fox, you already snowboard. Yeah, I said I wasn't filming part 2 till part 1 reached 10,000. That shit done reached 10,000. So tomorrow, I'm going to film that part 2. I feel like filming it out here tonight. That's what I was gonna do before I went on live. But I need some scenery, man. I can't just be on some dark block and shit. Like, I need some scenery when I'm filming these epic stories. And I promise you, I was just sitting here thinking about the story of Pottersville, saying to myself, how am I gonna tell this story without opening up and bringing up old shit and old wounds? You feel what I'm saying? So, I'm thinking about which part I'm gonna tell next. Thinking about it's hard, man. It's hard, bro. It's hard. I'm gonna keep it real with you. This Pottersville story is a lot of shit in there. You know what I mean? It's a lot of shit. It's muddy. It gets muddy. You feel what I'm saying? So I gotta think how I'm gonna do this next part, man. Like, you know what I mean? Real chalk. Real schlock. But I guess I'm gonna have to, I don't know. We're gonna get it in, but I'm gonna tell the story. Shit gonna be wild. Shit gonna be wild. Shit gonna be wild. You know what I mean? Word up. But yeah, man. Yeah, that 34th Street arcade was different. The first story of Pottersville, I'm talking about basically how I came home from jail and started trying to rap. You feel me? So I gotta think about these timelines, man. You know what I mean? Word up. I gotta think about these timelines and shit. Then there's a lot of stories on the channel that I told that coincide with the story of Pottersville that I'm put them shits in the description and shit too, man, so that niggas could click on them episodes and watch them shits and it'll make sense. Like, oh, all right, I see when he said they threw him in a motherfucking program. Boom, I was in the middle of that. But it's like it's a long ass story, the story of Pottersville. So if I'm gonna highlight, how I met, this is basically what I'm talking about. Is how I met each member in Pottersville and the shit niggas been through together. You feel what I'm saying? Now the tricky part is some of the shit that I've been through with niggas, that shit is greasy. It's greasy, it's greasy, it's greasy. So I know how I'm gonna finesse it. I know how I'm gonna finesse it, man. You feel what I'm saying? I got it, don't worry. But nah, it's gonna get ugly though. It's gonna get ugly, but I'ma have to tell this shit. Let me think, man. Alright, so boom, bing, bang, bang. Bing, bang, bang, bang. Alright. Alright, man. Yes. Yeah. Capo Chef was really good. Yeah, man. It's a lot of dudes on YouTube getting it in right now and shit. And some of the dudes on YouTube, I'm on here rooting for. You feel what I'm saying? See, I'm a different type of individual, bro. You understand what I'm saying? I'm rooting for certain individuals. I want them to get on. I want them to pop the fuck off. I want them to be big, bro, because, a wise man once told me, bro, right now, yo, I saw some funny shit today. I'll get to that. But right now, you feel me? Like, the levels of love I'm getting from this channel, the levels of admiration I'm getting from this channel and shit like that, you feel me? It's a blessing, bro. It's a blessing. And when you receive blessings, this is real shit. When you receive blessings, my nigga, you gotta immediately go into the practice of blessing other motherfuckers and spreading sharing your blessings, basically. Sharing your blessings, my nigga. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta do it, bro. You gotta share your blessings because, like I said, a wise man once said, be careful who you shit on when you rise into the top, because you just might need that motherfucker when you falling on your way down. You heard? Nigga told me that, man. Wise man said that, man. Be careful who you shit on your rise to the top. Because when you falling down, you may need the motherfuckers to reach out and grab you. You feel what I'm saying? So anytime you start getting any type of good fortune, luck, blessings in your life, bro, you feel what I'm saying? What you do for yourself for an insurance plan is you make sure you look out for the right motherfuckers. You understand? You make sure you don't be a hater. A lot of niggas is haters. See, a lot of niggas don't understand why I had so much love in the penitentiary. You know, niggas be like, what the fuck is up with this nigga? Like, I mean, everybody love this nigga. Like, what the fuck, nigga? He don't be stabbing niggas and cutting niggas. Why everybody fuck with him? You know why, son? Because I just never was a fucking hater. You feel me? It never hurt me to tell another nigga, yo, son, you a fly motherfucker, my nigga. You know what I mean? And I think you could fucking do anything in life, nigga, if you was really. Now I mean, I'm the type of nigga, I always put confidence in niggas around me. I ain't never try to take the confidence of niggas around me. See, it's a lot of niggas, they love that type of company. Niggas who take their confidence like, nigga, you can't, nigga, you black and ugly, or nigga, you fat, or I ain't never been one of those type of niggas, my nigga, with that self-hatred, devil shit, and all of that. So every nigga that's been around me, my nigga, I ain't never do nothing but motherfucking put motherfucking confidence in. You feel what I'm saying? To teach niggas like, nah, nigga, that's a devil. But I done check niggas. I done had to check. Man, listen, this shit goes deep. But you feel me? Cause I be telling y'all niggas, I'm light skinned on the outside, but I'm dark skinned on the inside. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, I done had to check niggas, other light skinned niggas, like other light skinned niggas saying shit like, yeah, son, cause you know we light skinned, man. You know them bitches love us, nigga. We light skinned with that good hair. I be like, bro, listen, I don't do that term good hair, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? I got knowledge of self. I know and understand what the sciences of the hair textures mean and what they represent. You feel what I'm saying? Black people have coarse hair because they come from Africa, which is at the top of the equator, close to the sun. Therefore, their hair is thick to protect the brain from overheating from the sun's heat. You feel what I'm saying? So their hair is a tight curl that acts as a cooling system to make sure that the brain is not harmed by the harmful heat of the sun. When, you know, people from other places may have long straight hair where their hair is meant to heat the air and protect the brain from the cold. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? Straight hair, shit like that heats the hair. It heats the oxygen. You understand? So same thing with noses. African with wide nose and big nostrils. Your nostrils is wide because in Africa, when you breathe in hot ass air, that air has to be funneled and cooled before it enters the lungs, because that is the body's way of protecting the lungs from being scorched. You breathe in that hot ass burning 120-degree air, it funnels around the nostril and cools off before it goes down into the lungs. And in a European nose, or someone from a cold climate, their nostrils is small and skinny so that the air could come in at a small amount and heat up before entering the lungs. So this is all biology. You feel what I'm saying? So I ain't never been one of those niggas that be on some, yo, son, you know what I mean? Yeah, son, you know I'm a lie. You know, I play around with that light skin big and light skin pox shit. But at the end of the day, I grew up in a straight black household, so I never was taught that I was better because I was light skinned. I never taught that I had good hair. Nigga, I had to get 18, 19 years old before a nigga told me, yo, bro, you got Spanish hair, son. Like, you got Spanish hair, son. And I'm like, word? Know what I mean? Like, real talk, bro. Know what I mean? Because I was never raised like that, but other niggas was raised like that. You feel me? So I done had to check a couple of niggas like, yo, son, I don't do that. I don't do that light skin shit. Know what I mean, I ain't with that, son. You understand what I'm saying? My mom's dark. My mom's too dark for that shit. You feel what I'm saying? The point that I was trying to make is I done had niggas around me that was raised to believe that they was ugly ass niggas, and you understand what I'm saying? Shit like that. that I totally erased that whole way of thinking out niggas' heads. Like, what? Nigga, stop that self-hatred shit, nigga. What the fuck is you talking about? Bop, 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 bing, bing, bing. Giving niggas that knowledge of self. Niggas start having confidence. Like, yo, word up, I am a fly nigga. Now I mean, one of my dudes, rest in peace. I don't even want to say his name because there's controversy surrounding how he left this earth. But one of my sons I was up north with, now I mean, he was a non-confident nigga like that. And I used to be like, yo, nigga, I be like, nigga, cut it out, nigga. The fuck is you talking about, nigga? If this was, I used to just be throwing a battery in that nigga back, but I was dead ass serious, like, nigga, you a fly ass Brownsville nigga, nigga. Stop playing. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Let these niggas have you feeling no kind of way, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? And that shit worked. And son was he went home like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I'm a fly motherfucker. What the fuck is really good? Know what I mean? And he got a lot of bitches that niggas would never think he would have been able to get. But he had bitches before then. But he, know what I mean? And that's the type of shit I used to be amping, son. I said, son, look what type of bitches you done had, though. You done had some good joints now. You feel what I'm saying? That a lot of niggas wanted to thrash. You done thrash, son. And you a young nigga, because he was younger than me. So he used to be like, word, son, word, you right, though, son. I be amping that nigga. More to the story is, any nigga around me, I always gave them niggas confidence. Young nigga, whatever. I never was a hater. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I never was hating on a nigga or jealous of my man. Like, I wasn't that type of nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why so many motherfuckers fuck with me, man, because I just wasn't a hater. That's the same thing with the nigga Saquon. That's why me and Saquon got so tight when we was up north, because he was just the type of nigga, hate wasn't in his vocabulary. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just wasn't in him, my nigga. No hatred whatsoever. No competition. You know how niggas be a man, but they want to compete with you and shit all the time? You gotta be careful with niggas like that. They always want to fucking compete with you, nigga. Like, nigga, I don't want to compete with you, nigga. What the fuck is this? The Olympics? Know what I mean? Like, listen, you my man, nigga. I do my thing, you do your thing. We salute each other. You need some help, I help you. I need some help, I'ma holler for some help. But as far as all that competition and, you know, it gets fuck friendly competition and all of that. I ain't with it, my nigga. Too grown for that shit. I ain't here to be competing back and forth with a nigga. Fuck all of that dumb shit. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I don't be around a lot of niggas, son, because a lot of niggas be wanting to compete. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't with that shit, man. That shit is feminine. Like, you know what I mean? Like girls that want to go out and see who come out with the best bag and the best shoes. Like, I ain't with that shit, my nigga. If I'm fucking with a nigga, I'm fucking with a nigga in hopes that we could one day get some millions together. I mean, I ain't trying to compete with cars and clothes and jewelry with niggas. Like, I'm not with that shit, bro. And that's all these niggas really be about out here, man. Niggas be childish, son. You be surprised. You be surprised who's a childish motherfucker that just want to compete with shit, nigga. You know what I mean? Niggas be grown ass men. Nigga be competing with your shit. I was watching this movie last night. Oh, matter of fact, I was watching that Benny the Butcher movie. That Griselda shit. I was watching that shit last night, you know what I mean? And it was showing how the nigga was fucking his bro while he was in the can and shit. It had mad animosity. Like, bro, niggas don't know how real shit is, my nigga. Like, niggas out here, bro. Listen. Niggas be having wild animosity over broads, my nigga. Wild animosity over broads. Like, inhumane animosity over broads. Like, some niggas is too, I don't know what it is, man. Some niggas be in love with broads. Like, they be crazy in love with them. Like, ready to do anything. Risk their life, freedom. Like, nigga, it ain't never that serious. It ain't never that serious, bro. You know what I mean? Rodney Wonder, what's populating? Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Cosmology Bay was really good. Codename Mots, what's really good, my bro? See you in the building. I see you in the building, my broski. Word the mother. Codename Mots, we really gonna do that shit too. I ain't playing no games, bro. We gonna do that good garments. You heard? That's my word. We gonna do that good garments. That's gonna be a channel, good garments. You know, it's that time of night where you start hearing little random shots and shit. That's when you know it's time to go in. You start hearing random shots. Yurt. Random shots be in the background. You know, it's a few episodes I got on this motherfucker where you hear a couple of random shots in the background. Cause I be filming in some crazy places sometime. But it's fucking exciting. It's exciting. Joseph Smith was popping. Nah, I never been to Collins. I forgot about Collins. We need a Collins story on here. I think Collins, ain't that the joint with the bowling alley? No, I think we do got a Collins story on here. If the Collins is the joint that got the bowling alley in it, then we do got a story about Collins on here somewhere. It might not be a long story, but it's definitely addressing Collins. Yeah, now we gonna do that good garment shit, my nigga. Me and Saquon, that's my word. We gonna do that shit. About to get on some crazy shit, man. You know, I'm the type of dude, man. Once I see something, it's over, nigga. Once I see something is the way to go, I like, okay, this is what it is. Alright, say no more. It's over, bro. Everything goes how I plan by the end of this motherfucking year right here. If everything goes how I plan by the end of this year, maybe the middle of next year, I probably have 4 monetized YouTube pages, bro. 4 monetized YouTube pages. That's when I'm gonna start getting stupid. I'm gonna start getting stupid. I'm just letting niggas know. Trust me, nigga. That's when I'm gonna go into executive producer mode, and I'm gonna start getting crazy on these channels, my nigga. Watch. I'm gonna start dropping exclusive movies on the Genpop music channel. My video game channel. I got a motherfucking trick up my sleeve for that shit. Remember I told you that. I got a motherfucking trick up my sleeve for that video game channel. So, you know, I already got almost 200 subscribers in like a week. So, you know, y'all dudes are out there showing love, y'all video game lovers. I know it's a lot of video game lovers in my age group. If you my age, I know you was fucking with that ColecoVision or that Atari 5200 or 7800, 2600. I know you was fucking with that Nintendo. I had Nintendo when that shit first came out, nigga. When that shit came with Rob the Robot, nigga, and Gyromite. Duck Hunt was the cartridge you get with that shit. Gyromite and Duck Hunt. You feel me? They stopped fucking with that robot after a while. But man, oh man, I had that shit with the robot, playing Gyromite with the robot and all of that, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Genesis, Super Nintendo. You know what I mean? That was about it. After that, I went to the can. You heard? But that Genesis, Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo, that Game Boy, all of that, my nigga. I'm gonna even do a Game Boy episode. I gotta break down some of the greatest Game Boy games ever. You know what I mean? I was young, man. I had all of that shit. I wasn't playing no games with these video games out here. But now that I'm older, I look at some of these video games and realize and understand them home system games was trash, my nigga. Nintendo was giving niggas a whole lot of trash, bro. Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that was on motherfucking in the game room. When that shit came to Nintendo, that shit was looking terrible. You heard? So I'm trying to stick to arcade versions of games, but they hard to find sometimes. You heard? Space Harrier definitely was my shit. That was one. I'm gonna keep it real with you, my nigga. Genesis graphics was blurry as a motherfucker, my nigga. All 8 games. It's like 5 Genesis games I could say where the graphics ain't blurry. Sonic is blurry as a motherfucker. All of them shits is blurry, bro. I'ma keep it real. And TurboGrafx 16, that shit was just fucking garbage. I'ma keep it real with you. I had TurboGrafx 16. That shit was garbage. Everything. The baseball, the basketball, the football. The only fucking, it was like 2 games they had that was fire. And Bonk's Adventure was one of them. Besides that, I don't even know what else to mention. You heard? That shit was horrible, nigga. So if you was a TurboGrafx 16 kid and you lived the lie of thinking that you had a great game system, it's time for you to come to grips now that you're an adult and admit that game system was trash, bro. Somewhere out there, some kids who they got a TurboGrafx 16 and they stuck with that shit. They said, I'm not, it's great. My mother bought it for me, it's great. Niggas say, yo, that shit trash, bro. You're like, no, I'm telling you, they're gonna do it. Look at Bonks. Look at Bonks Adventure. That's the only game y'all niggas can mention, son. You heard? Because after that, there was a rumor that Street Fighter was on it. I don't know if that rumor was true. If Street Fighter was ever on TurboGrafx 16, I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. You understand? But I will tell you this: that shit was horrible, bro. And I'm gonna do an episode. My top 10 TurboGrafx games that were still kind of garbage. That's gonna be the name of the title. My top 10 TurboGrafx 16 games that were still kind of garbage. That basketball, that shit was horrible, nigga. That shit was horrible. Sports talk, basketball, some dumb shit. Nigga, that shit, what? Throw that shit in the garbage. I'm sorry, TurboGrafx 16. Y'all tried. Y'all probably was an independent game company. Y'all was trying to do it. Y'all did good with Bonks. I'm gonna research. I'm gonna do some research and see if TurboGrafx 16 had any other games that I respected. Gotta be a few. Dirt. Yeah, bros. But yeah, man, I just came in to check in with y'all, man. I'm about to call it a night because I'm tired as a bitch. But I just came in and smoked that little half a slim blunt with y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Let y'all know we got a full week of content coming. You heard? I'm tight. YouTube took 2 days to approve my last video, slowing down my motherfucking flow. Let me tell you something, bro. You know, if you make $300 a day, that's basically $9,000 a month. That's not a lot in New York City. But I would love to make $300 a fucking day. And that's a short-term goal. You understand what I'm saying? That's a short-term goal. But that's a good short-term goal. $300 a fucking day. It's not a lot, bro. You got niggas out here that's making 50 racks a day. You understand what I'm saying? Word to mother, son. But if you could legally make $300 a day, you might be alright, man. E-King, peace. Peace to the God, what's poppin'? Lex Tato, what's really good? Cosmic Nine, what's poppin'? The Culture, what up? Murphy Low Live, what's populating? Ben Heem, what's really? Carter Get Shabs, what's populated? Real Deal, 139. I was playing Altered Beast. I was gonna put Altered Beast on my new game show. Couldn't do it, bro. You know why? The Genesis version of that shit is trash, bro. I'm keeping it real with you. That the fucking graphics was too blurry. It was nothing compared to the arcade version of fucking what's the game we talking about? Altered Beast. You feel me? The arcade version of Altered Beast, them graphics was breathtaking, nigga. When you turned into a wolf or something, that shit was scary, nigga. That shit on Genesis, it was good for the time, but now you will go back and play that shit, you be like, this shit ain't nowhere near like the arcade version, my nigga. You heard? See, I was locked up for shit like GameCube and shit like that, but I'm a serious Mario. I be finishing Mario's, man. Like, I got a Nintendo, I got a Wii U in my crib. I'm gonna get on it soon. And I got mad old school games too that niggas ain't seen mad years. Like the original Mario Brothers. See, a lot of y'all young dudes, y'all don't know that before Super Mario Brothers, it was Mario Brothers. You heard? Just Mario and Luigi. Wasn't nothing super about them. You heard? And their job was to get the crabs, the flies, and the motherfucking turtles out the sewer. You heard? And that shit is to this day maybe top 10 greatest video games ever created. That shit never gets old. The original Mario Brothers, that shit never gets old, bro. Never. You know what I'm saying? So, because a lot of y'all niggas don't know nothing about the original Mario Brothers. Nothing. Fuck, look at that, nigga. Cats looking at me like I'm loitering in they motherfucking shit. What you looking at? Yeah, I had them emulators and shit, man. I guess dudes with computers and shit be having the emulators and the shit hooked up to their shit. Everything I'm fucking with is on Xbox, man. Know what I mean? But I got the Wii U. I got a bunch of old school Nintendo games. Bunch of old school Nintendo games. So eventually I'm gonna run through some Nintendo games because I got some Nintendo games that's my favorite games too, like Kid Icarus. You know what I mean? Kid Nicky. I gotta get that Kid Nicky. Kid Nicky, the arcade version. Gotta get that shit, bro. I gotta get that Rolling Thunder. Remember that shit, Rolling Thunder? I think by Atari make that shit, I think. You know what I mean? I gotta get that Rolling Thunder. I gotta get that regular Punch Out, the arcade version of Punch Out. You feel what I'm saying? Planet Playfield was popping. Black Beast was really good. Jay Wizard was really Nose Hunter was popping. Yeah, that Golden Eye is crazy, but I think I was locked up for that Golden Eye, if I'm not mistaken, man. Nah, man, I think I had got locked up for that. But that Rolling Thunder, niggas don't remember Rolling Thunder in the arcade. That shit was crazy, bro. One of the greatest games ever. You know I'm doing that series right now, violent video games from the 80s and 90s. So after I finish covering all the violent games, I'll cover some non-violent games too. You know, all them shits was violent though. TM was popping. My fault, man. I'm reading your dudes' comments and scrolling up and shit. Royal Copper was popping. But yeah, my nigga. Damn, but yeah. Then I don't even know if I got it in me to sit here and play 2600 and shit like that. Because 2600, that shit is just basically you just playing stick figures. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even when 2600 was popping, I was like, yeah, even as a kid, I'm like, this shit trash. Nah, but I was fucking with that 26 though. But baseball and shit, like baseball on the 2600, my nigga. I'll play that shit now. I'll be like, damn, son, we used to be fighting This shit is straight stick figures. That should take 2 hours to get from the outfield on baseball on 2600. Then them shits used to be funny, man, because the 2600 Atari and all of that, they be having a mad crazy design. The mad crazy cover on that shit. Major League Baseball players smashing the ball. Shit look crazy. Pop that shit in when you get home, nigga. That shit is sticks and stones. You heard? Word. But you had some niggas, off kids who had 7800 and 5200. You know what I mean? Like that 5200 was serious, nigga. You had to be rich to have that 5200 up in your crib. That's the way it seemed as a kid. But yeah, Kung Fu is definitely one of the greatest video games ever created. That shit don't never get old, nigga. Soul Calibur, man, like, you know, that's when we getting a little newy. But I've played when Soul Calibur first came out, that shit was fire, man. Like, you know, there was a lot of Street Fighter knockoffs that was fire. Like, my favorite Street Fighter knockoff is Fatal Fury, man. I love Fatal Fury 1. You understand what I'm saying? Fatal Fury was the shit. I think I got Fatal Fury on my phone, like the whole full game for a fact. So I could play that shit and screen record it. I used to go to that. They had Fatal Fury across the street from Atlantic Towers. I don't know if that was in the laundromat or next door to the laundromat. I can't remember. But they had that Fatal Fury. They had a little game room across the street from Atlantic Towers. Now, I mean, they had a little game with like 2-3 games up in there. I used to be in that shit every day playing that Fatal Fury, nigga. I fuck with the nigga with the hat on that be punching the ground. I'm a beast with that nigga. You understand what I'm saying? But I was fucking with that Fatal Fury. Fatal Fury was Neo Geo. Neo Geo was 20 years ahead of their time, because I remember when I had to turn myself in to go do my bid in 9-3. I told you I caught my case in 9-2. I bailed out for 6 months. I mean, I was on the island for about 4-5 months. I bailed out for 6 months, and then I turned myself in the cops. So for 6 months of 93, I was out. You feel what I'm saying? Neo Geo was out. Neo Geo was out, but they was bugging the fuck out, charging niggas $200 a cartridge. Nigga, nobody can't afford no $200 cartridge, nigga. You heard? But them niggas had 32-bit graphics in 92, nigga. In 92, they was letting niggas have 32-bit graphics in their crib. That shit was next level different. Neo Geo was like $800 or $600 even back then. You feel me? It was premium gaming, my nigga. You heard? Cause I used to get the game books, my nigga. Game Pro and all of that. I used to get them game books. And them shits be reviewing them Neo Geo games and Nintendo games. And nigga, I used to be fucking with all of that. I was getting them shits on Rikers Island. That's my word. That's my word. I used to get Game Pros on Rikers Island. And niggas used to be coming to my bed for those too. Like, yo, son, let me get that. Let me hold that Game Pro tonight. Yeah, nigga. Because we all kids up in this bitch. You heard? Niggas wanted to see that Kid Icarus layout, nigga. That shit was... That Nintendo game... Nintendo what? What was that shit called? Nintendo what? Day Magazine? Nintendo Pro or some shit like that? I used to get all of that shit, my nigga. That's a fact. City Fling, I appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. Neo Geo was too expensive for my young blood. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Neo Geo was too expensive for my young blood. Straight up. Yeah, so you had Kung Fu and then you had Karate. Like, a lot of niggas don't, Karate Champ. A lot of niggas don't remember Karate Champ, man. I'm gonna bring it on the show. This is why I had to start this channel, because a lot of dudes, they not familiar with some of these games from the 80s. I gotta smash their life with it. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of niggas don't remember Karate Champ. They had Karate Champ right there on motherfucking Rockaway between Picking and motherfucking Sutter. You heard the fish market, the little fish market that was right there across the street from Belmont and shit. You feel me? They had Karate Champ in there, and they have Karate Champ in that game room. Hold on, or was that? Yeah, I think they had Karate Champ in there, and then they had the other Kung Fu. You know what Kung Fu I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the Kung Fu with the dragons coming out the motherfucking flower pots and shit. I'm not talking about that Kung Fu. They had another Kung Fu where you be pole and star and motherfucking crazy throwing ninja stars, shit crazy. Yeah, I know what Kung Fu I'm talking about. Matter of fact, I think I got this shit somewhere on my phone in an emulator. You feel me? I searched the ends of the earth and had finally found that shit. But I'm gonna find the arcade version, and that shit is gonna get featured up on this motherfucking page, bro. And then another thing I'm gonna do, on my Gen Pop page, my Brooklyn Arcade page, and another thing I'm gonna do on my Brooklyn Arcade page is I'm going, my nigga. My bro put me on, told me is I know one in the village somewhere too. Now I'm still open, but them old school arcades, nigga. But else, but that shit was super garbage for Nintendo compared to the fucking game room. You heard then this wasn't really that big. Slurp. Yeah, I used to love more arcade. We never talk about that on the channel. We're gonna talk about all the games that I was traveling by myself 8, 9, 10 years playing no games. No pun intended. You know what I mean? I was motherfucking getting on them trains, going uptown, everything. I would get my ass up on. I would get on that train and go all the way uptown to 103rd Street, to 106th Street, just to play motherfucking Bomb Jack. Remember that game, Bomb Jack, where you like that little nigga with a mouse hat on or something, and you be flying around mad crazy and blowing shit up? Nigga, I used to go uptown, all the way uptown, just to play Bomb Jack, my nigga, because that was the only game room I knew who had Bomb Jack. You heard? I used to risk my life to go play Ghosts and Goblins by Amboy. I told that. I'm gonna speak about that on the channel again too. But I used to risk my life to play Ghosts and Goblins. I used to go to motherfucking King's Pizza. I mean, not King's Pizza. The little store they had by San Amboy. I used to go over that shit and play Ghosts and Goblins and risk my life in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? I wasn't playing, son. I got anywhere to play some video games. You heard? I was in Playland. I was in Playland 10, 11 years old, my nigga, by myself or with one of my mans in fucking Playland. That shit was not the place kids should be after about 8 o'clock at night. You heard? That shit was the greatest, nigga. They need to bring that shit back. They need to bring playback back to Times Square. I mean, Playland back to Times Square. Open shit up, an old school arcade with nothing but 80s games in that motherfucker, bro. And I guarantee you, and niggas go in there and buy an unlimited card and they could play unlimited games and shit like that and put about 200 games in that shit, son. I guarantee you that shit makes stupid bread. A couple of people might get shot. Might get a person shot or two one while. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look that up and see if did anybody ever shot inside Playland on Times Square. Like I told you, Times Square was the whole Times Square was lit. You had a game room in the train station. Right? I'm trying to think which exit it was. I think it was the 8th Avenue and 42nd Street exit. Go downstairs, that shit was a little shady little game room that had about 7, 8 games, couple of pinball machines in it. That shit was in the train station, bro. In the train station. This was a different time in life in New York City. The motherfucking arcade was in the train station. and nobody was in there. There was no person there that's, yo, hey, how you doing? You want to play a game? No. It was in the train station, and you go down there and you playing that motherfucker at your own risk. Because niggas was getting robbed and killed down that bitch, I'm sure. You heard? But, yeah, they had a game room in the train station. They had Playland. Some dab in the middle of Times Square. You heard? And then they had another joint that was on 50th Street where that McDonald's is at right now. I talked about this the other night. That was my favorite game room because it was low. Nobody, you feel what I'm saying? I used to be in that shit every day. Game room, and they had another game room. And my projects, they had a game room in a number hole. I was in all day, every day. Shout out my bro Duke, my bro Israel, my bro Trey Bag. We was in them shit. In a number hole and play games. They had that Bionic Command there. They had Ghost and Goblins. They had Dragon Quest for one period of time. They had this shit called Black Tiger. That's one of the greatest games ever made by Capcom. I'm gonna review it on the channel. You know what I mean? They had this shit Black Tiger. They had what else they had in the number hole, man? They had something else in the number hole that was epic. But I know they had Bionic Commando in there and Ghost and Goblins and Black Tiger for an absolute fact. Dragon Spear. Oh, Legendary Wings. They had Legendary Wings in there. I'm a review Legendary Wings and all that. I got that shit. I got the arcade version and all of that. Know what I mean? Then they had another game room in my projects by 61. And they had Dragon's Lair, fucking Trojan. I mean, yeah, they had Trojan. They had Rygar, the original Rygar, not that piece of shit on Nintendo. Now, I'm not going to say I didn't play Rygar on Nintendo and actually finish it, because I did. You feel what I'm saying? But that shit was nothing like the Rygar in the arcade room that was outstanding. They had Rygar, we had Millipede, they had Miss Pac-Man. What else they had in that game room, man? I don't know if they had Dig Dug, man. I don't know if they had Dig Dug. Too. As you can see, I'm down there passing out live. You heard? So I'm going to get at y'all dudes tomorrow. You heard? Hopefully I'm dropping a good episode. If YouTube don't, I'll be dropping an episode tomorrow. It's really good. Walk in New York was popping. But yeah, my G's, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow, man. I appreciate y'all. Be on live tomorrow for a fact. Peace.